Yes.
Okay. So first I start off with this little island, which is like a mini America. But it starts off with 3 bumps, and then it goes in like that. But then it looks like America. So you draw like Texas, and then it comes down like a Florida, and then it goes out along the East Coast, and then there's like a Rhode Island, and then it comes back in. It looks better on the real map, but it looks like America. And then there's 3 little islands. The middle one is bigger than the rest. There's 5 here that look like the Olympic rings. There's a bunch of weird islands that you just have to memorize, and there's 4 on that. There's a lot of, so there's 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a lot of islands that are grouped together, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a little house. And then there's 1 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like that, something like that. And then you draw England. This is too far in. You draw England like a little triangle here, and then it comes in right in this. Okay. It comes in right in this edge of the triangle, like that. And then right here is like a little number 1 if you hold it up like that. So there's like a little finger and then little knuckles. So that's like 1, and then 2, you go in for 2, 1, 2, and then you come out for 3, but it's kind of like if you're writing something and you do a little bracket like that, that's what it looks like. And then 4, you just go down. Like right to this middle point is where England stops. So then you draw something on the edge, and then it comes in, and then you just finish drawing England, which is like 2 jets out a little bit, a 3rd one, and then another little one until you cross right there. And there's kind of like a little bit of squiggle right there.
Make sure you show the camera.
Ta-da. And then that, England looks weird right here. But then you do like a little staircase right here for this island. And it looks kind of like this, how it like it juts out and then comes back in, and then it kind of goes up, and then it's a little squiggly. So it mirrors that. So then right below it is like the land comes in, so squiggle, and then you know that this comes up right here, and then when you cross it, and then Spain comes next, and you just cross a bunch of triangles basically. So you go over that, and then you cross here, go under a little bit, and then make a little triangle, and then like a little hump on top. And then you cross again, and you make kind of a corner, and then you come here, and that's where the Strait of Gibraltar would be. And then you go straight across here, and then you go below, and then it's straight across until it goes down, and then up, and that's the Gulf of Lion, so you have to make sure that there's like a point there. And then you go across, and then you're going to do Italy, so it comes out, and there's like a fat part of the boot for a while, and then it comes into a little part of the boot, and then you just draw the boot, go straight out here, and then you go up, and then I know that there's like, I just remember that there's like a big hump, and then a little hump, and then there's like a little clover thing, like that. And then it just kind of squiggles down to the bottom. But then there's like a little bump right there. 2 next to each other. Like another one. And it comes back and it goes 1, 2, 3. Then it goes like almost directly across the middle. And you make kind of a rectangle thing, but with something sticking out of it. So like that's the rectangle right there. And then straight from here, you start drawing the Caspian Sea, which goes around. It comes back in right before that, goes up. And then the Sea of Azov, like, is right in this triangle right here. It only takes up that space. And then it crosses a little bit, and then it comes in. And then you go across, and it follows this line almost parallel. Oh, and then right when you're about to turn, it makes a little corner, and then it comes in to make the Bosphorus Strait, and then it makes another little rectangle with that. And then here's what I was talking about, is how you start with 1, 2, and then you go to 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is like 4 times as high, I guess. And then this comes around, and I just know there's like some little curvies here, and then down, and then it comes straight, and it ends on that line perfectly. And then there's an island right here. Crete is right over here, and then there's 5, 1, 2, 3, and then a bunch of weird things right there. So then I go over and do the Strait of Gibraltar, which comes up and kind of hugs that, and then goes right across this, so it's like a little mountain here. And then it goes across, almost straight across, and then there's 2 little bumps. And it turns like right after you get past this line and goes down. Sicily is like a little sideways speech bubble. And then this island right here. Knocking over furniture. This island right here looks like a soft serve ice cream cone. So you start like that. You have a little curvy tip. That's like a soft serve ice cream cone. And then it just goes around like that and lines up with this line. And then there's something on top of it and something to the right of it. And then over here is like a 2-layered island. And 2 and 1. And then I'll go back up here. So I usually like stop right there and then keep going later. If you go up here, you have to kind of lead it like almost all the way halfway across this triangle. And then you start this thing right here. Goes past there, makes like a little arrow, and then comes skinny again, right there. And then I go and start doing this. Right, there's like 2 of them, and it wraps around. And this is just kind of squiggly until you get right before it, and there's a little bump right there. And there, a little jut. And then you come down, and there's like a little thing right there. And come down, and then you just start curving around, but it's like really squiggly and stuff. So I don't know exactly how it is, but I just draw a bunch of squiggles, and then it comes out before it, bless you, wraps around. And then there's 14 little islands up here. And I just kind of do them randomly. This goes up. All right, and this is what I was talking about too. This is probably where it fits the best, where you count. You go 1 little jut, 2 is like twice as big, 3 is 3 times as high, 4 goes up, 5 does the same thing, and then 6 comes around and then just goes up. So this will be with the White Sea. And right here, there's like a little heart, but it's a little squiggly. Here's a little mini spaceship, and then a speech bubble. And then here is Lake, I don't know. And then there's another one right here. So over here, you come up, and it like juts out at 3 points. Oops. It should almost touch these edges of the triangles. Go that way. And then if you come over here, and I just know that there's 2 gulfs here. You go over, there's another gulf, and then you just come straight up and connect them. And then there's 7 islands like right in here. There's 1 big one, 1 medium-sized one, and then just like a bunch of little ones. I'm not exactly sure about the islands in here. I have to look over those, but there's one here or something, and then here and here. I think there's 4 actually, something like that. And then I finish it off with the Caspian Sea, and since it curves at weird angles, it curves like perfectly along this line into these triangles. So I start here just to get the angle right, and then it goes in, it comes back to where it was, and then it goes down and kind of makes a square before it comes off. And then this will basically reflect that line and make a curve with a little point at the top. See, like that. And then you just go straight across. And then like right where this lines up, there's like a little square jutting off, and then you just fall off.